Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTRon here with a new action figure review for you. This video goes up on a Friday, so this is Flashback Friday. This time I am reviewing the Toy Biz Fantastic Four Mole Man action figure. This was released way back in 1994. I bought this in the store in 1994. It came in this carded package, a card with a blister. And I still have the packaging because I like how the packaging looks, and I also use it to store the action figures or sometimes display them like this, or keep them stored, or protect the action figures when moving, things like that. So here it is, labeled as Fantastic Four with some sparkly design around the four. We can hang this up on a peg in the store. Nice plastic bubble here. It shows you the Mole Man, his staff, and a Moloid, and it's labeled. So nice looking package. This is based on the Fantastic Four cartoon that was on TV at the time. So here is the top of the package. There is the bottom. Here is one side. The other side. Here is the back. It shows the action feature, a little mini biography of the Mole Man. It shows the other action figures available at the time. These are the Fantastic Four action figures. Then there were some Iron Man action figures based on an Iron Man cartoon. I like the cross sell showing the other action figures available. It says collect them all, so I think a lot of people probably followed those directions. So let's open this up. Now when I opened it the first time, I was very careful to open it from the bottom to keep the top part attached. And here it is. Here's a little cardboard label. We'll put that aside. Move this aside. We have the tray. Let's take a look at the tray here. And we have the Moloid. We have the Mole Man. And we have his staff. So it's molded in a single color plastic, and it's a little bit sticky. So this kind of plastic is degrading over time. And it's kind of flexible and pliable. Here is the little Moloid. No joints or points of articulation. Little sculpted tiny minifigure. A little bit of paint detail there. And thin plastic. It's just a little bit pliable. I'm not going to push too hard. But it stands. It's very small compared to Mole Man, and Mole Man is actually pretty small. So here is the Mole Man. Nicely sculpted face there, kind of an ugly guy. He wears goggles so he can see in the subterranean world. He has a cape, which is stiff plastic. And a very basic design, pretty much all green plastic, some shoes, and we can see his hands, and there's a little button for the action feature. So kind of a chubby guy, and peg holes in the bottom of the feet. There's the cape, and this thing just snaps around the neck. So very simple and basic. Not much is happening here. So with the articulation, we can turn the head, so that works. This arm moves all the way around. Single jointed elbow, that is working. This arm moves all the way around. No other joints there. Actually, this hand turns as part of the action feature. And this hand does not turn. So there's the button for the action feature. No waist twist, but at the hip you can kick forward this far and not kick back. You can kick forward this far and not go back. So put the cape back on, and we'll try out the action feature. So we put the staff in his hand. It should fit. Takes a little bit of work. It seems to be in there. Now, the way this action feature works is we turn this in a clockwise direction to wind it up. We can hear it snapping as it winds up. And that's as far as it'll go. Then we can push a button and the action feature works. I'm pretty happy that the action feature works after 30 years. A little more than 30 years, so that's pretty nice. This particular action feature still works. So, nice looking action figure for what it is. Let's just check out how tall this Mole Man is. Now this character, Mole Man himself, is actually a pretty small character. So, according to the tape measure, Mole Man himself is about 4 inches tall, or about 10 centimeters tall, so one of the smaller action figures. The Moloid is about 2 inches tall, or about 5 centimeters tall. So a very small action figure, but for a very small character. Here is Mole Man and the Moloid next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. And the Mole Man makes a strange looking, well, big fat guy to go along with the 4-inch scale action figures. Here is the Mole Man and Moloid next to a 6-inch scale action figure on the left. The Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Red Ranger by Hasbro. And a 7-inch scale action figure on the right. The Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And the Mole Man, being a much smaller character than most other characters, fits in pretty nicely with the 6 or 7-inch scale action figure. Although the way he's portrayed in the comic book, he might not be that small compared to a regular person that 6 or 7 feet tall. But it still goes together pretty nicely with this scale if we consider him to be a smaller than normal type character. So I think this Toy Biz Fantastic Four Mole Man action figure that was released way back in 1994 is a pretty nice action figure. The Mole Man was the first villain that the Fantastic Four battled against, and he's kind of a strange looking character, not one of the more popular villains, but this action figure seems like a good representation of that particular character. And the quality of this action figure, I think, is pretty good. It seems to have held up, although I barely touched the action figure. I certainly haven't really touched it very much over the last 30 years, and the action feature still works. So I'm happy about the quality of this particular action figure, and that it has held up so well over all this time, although it hasn't been touched much. I'm a little disappointed about how small the Moloid is, but that's what they put in the package, so it looks okay. So all in all, not a bad action figure for what it is, what it represents, and the quality seems to have held up pretty nicely over all this time. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this action figure. Did you actually have this one way back in the 90s? And subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews and commentary and overview. I will see you next time, action figure fans.